And yeah, okay, let's bring about an example from Miss Kobayashi, of course. Let's say Fafnir, the dark demonic dragon. He is the scary type of character, but then when you like looking further, he actually really does care about his friends, just not the same way as Toru or Ilulu. Those kinds of characters, it's just a personality difference, but that isn't meant to be to generalize all dragons. And if they are evil, they do have a reason to be, or it's a misunderstanding. For example, well, particularly Ilulu, who is my favorite character from Miss Kobayashi, because of what she went through. She started out as an evil dragon. That's because of her upbringing, and the writing of that part was just remarkable. It actually made me cry a few times when I heard about that, because of how she started out, like how she started out as being very angry and hating all humans only because of how her upbringing was. Even when her village was attacked by, like, let's say, quote unquote evil humans, because we're actually not sure about those humans, her parents were killed and she was left orphaned, but she still wanted to be friends with some humans because she understood that there was a difference between the ones that attacked her village and the ones that she hangs out with, like, as her friends.
Exactly. That's something I really want to say I agree with. Like, not all humans are the same, not all dragons are the same. Like, there are some evils, there are some really great people. To look at someone and say, oh, this person that kind of looks like you was really mean to me, or an awful person, so that means you must be evil too, is crazy.
Yeah, it's just incredible on how people like to generalize things. Okay, let's say fire elementals. Fire elementals are described as being more demonic of the elementals. We control fire, and fire is always seen as the bad thing. Even though fire is also what helps cook food, generate electricity, fire isn't a general tool of war. It's also a tool for life. It also helps people, and you can use this for all sorts of things. Oh, I got burnt once with fire. That doesn't mean that all fire is bad. It's just things happen, and there are just differences wherein you have to just work through it, because that's just how things are. Not everything can be just generalized as pure evil or pure bad, because, people are different. It's just how you treat those people that changes. And treat them with respect, obviously.
Exactly. We need to be able to differentiate between bad and good people based on their actions, not on our preconceived misconceptions of them. Just because someone hurt you in the past does not mean that a person that looks like them will hurt you too.
Yeah, pretty much. There's also like different personality types. Some person who you think might be mean might turn out to be actually your best friend in the future. You can't just generalize someone off just how they look, obviously. People can be different from how you think they are. Just give them a chance,
Exactly. Sometimes you need to open up your heart and stop looking at things with such dark-colored glasses.
That doesn't mean to say that every person out there you have to be friend, because some of them are really bad. There are some people who are absolutely toxic.
Trash. Which is why I said, don't judge people based on their actions. I was saying that, you should judge people based on their actions. If someone is doing something shitty, if someone is an awful person to you, hurt you, or even hurt others, like, you shouldn't only judge them based on how they interact with you, but also judge them on how they interact with other people. That is very telling. Just because someone isn't an asshole to you doesn't mean they're not an asshole to someone else. And if you see that, be sure to judge them, and that person isn't good for you. You need to be able to look for yourself and not only be selfish and be like, oh, they're not mean to me, so I guess we could be friends. They're only mean to this person who's never done anything to them. Like, really think of it, because the minute it switches and they are mean to you, will you still want to be their friend?
Yeah, I completely agree. That happens way more often than we'd like to admit. We have experienced this.
Yeah.
Some people, let's say, some people liked Judd because she was a powerful dragon, and it turns out that they're
Mm-hmm.
only liking her because of that. They didn't actually like her for her personality, and she is a wonderful person, as you guys can see. People have hated me just because of the way I talk, the way I am. They hate me because I'm just a cyborg. They prefer like pure biological well-beings. I showed I was a cyborg, and they immediately didn't like me for some fucking reason. This happens so way often for us to. We don't want. It happens so often. It's just disgusting behavior. It's just something people should watch out for. Not just between fire elementals and dragons, of course. Like everyone should watch out for that. But just try to keep an
Yes.
open mind for people, of course.
Mm.
Don't cast them
I
out.
feel like
There
we kind of went off topic.
It's fine. That's how we do here in White Weekly.